we're going to have a go at making some crumpets ourselves right now. It's not a complicated recipe, it's all in preparation. So let's get that mixture put together and make ourselves some winter warming crumpets. So first thing we'll do is we'll prepare this yeast mixture. And the way I like to make it is to make it first in a bit of warm water and add a little bit of sugar. And the idea behind that is that the sugar will cause a reaction in your yeast just to make sure it is still valid. If it doesn't start frothing up after a few minutes, then that yeast could be dead. So if you added that to the rest of the mixture, you'd just be wasting flour, and we don't want that. So I'm just going to pop 1 teaspoon of yeast into this jug. Then I'm just going to add a teaspoon of sugar. To that I've just added 200 millilitres of warm water. And then we need to fully combine this mixture, dissolving that sugar at the same time. And when you add your water, make sure you use warm water, not red hot water straight out of kettle, or you'll kill that yeast. Now we'll leave that for 5 to 10 minutes, and as soon as we see it starting to froth up, we'll know it's valid, so we can move on to the next stage. So then we need 150 grams of plain flour. I'm using strong bread flour for this because it's got an higher protein content, but you can just use regular plain flour. Then I'm just going to drop in 1 teaspoon of baking powder and then half a teaspoon of salt. So we'll just give that a quick mix up. Now all we need to do is wait for this yeast to react. Well, about 10 minutes later, and if you can see that, it is starting to froth up nicely. So that's fine. So now we just need to add it to as flour. Now if you get a consistency like that, then it's fine. But I like to add a little bit of milk to it. Just a couple of tablespoons. And then we'll mix that in as well. And then you're left with that consistency, which for me is perfect. Now all we need to do is cover it with a tea towel and pop it somewhere warm for about 20 minutes so it starts to rise slightly. So I'm just going to pop this in the living room and we'll be back shortly. Well, this mixture's thickened up nicely now, so I think we're ready to go. And I'm cooking them in a frying pan using some of these metal rings. But before we do that, we need to grease these slightly on inside and also the bottom of the pan to prevent them sticking. So we'll just add a bit of spray oil to the bottom of this pan, and then we'll just grease the insides of these rings as well. And then we'll put this on a medium heat. I've also transferred that mixture to a jug to make it easier to distribute amongst these. Let's see what happens. Now we just need to wait, and hopefully we'll see all those little holes appear. And you can see we're now starting to get that reaction where these holes are starting to form. I'm just going to take them out of these rings now. And then we can just flip them and cut that other side. They've got a lovely brown on bottom. Not as many holes on the top as I would have hoped for, but we've still got some. We'll just give them a minute on that top. Well, I'd say they're done at that. So we'll try a second batch and we'll put less in this time. And what you should see happening is, as these holes start to appear, they'll start to fill back in first off, but then eventually they'll just stay holes. And that's definitely the best one, although a bit thinner than those others. So, not a failure at all. varying degrees of success with those holes. Once again, quite pleased with results, and they're also freezer friendly. So why don't you give it a try, see how it turns out for you, and then let me know in comments. And if you're interested in seeing what else we make over the next few weeks, then please hit that subscribe button, press that notifications bell, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Take care.